So I'll
I was
explain this. What's up?
I was gonna say I was watching you, and I had just woken up, bro, and I was watching you say like, okay, if it does this, you're getting in, and I like went to check. I don't know. I like got off my phone. I like went to check the chart. By the time I got the chart, it was already like took off. So I was like, ah, fuck, I think I missed it. So
Yeah,
I
I've
just
been I've been talking about how I'm gonna do these in the mornings from now on because I think it helps people understand more instead of the swing trading ideas. I think this would be like a lot better, but you know, we could do Zooms and stuff if people are active, but it's just people aren't they're not active. I don't know if they're sleeping or what, but it's easily broken down like literally all morning. So I'll explain it again, but what happened here was we had in the morning I talked about, so I originally wanted gold gold buys, which I'm not even gonna entertain, right? I'm done today. But I wanted these gold buys back above like 1778 because this is a clean range here. But I'm just gonna close that out because I literally don't care what it does. I'm not trading anymore. But on the 4 hour on GJ, like coming into this, what I thought here this morning was that you can see we had this structure here, like this resistance, this candle closed below these supports. I thought this would be the high, and I thought this would try to break out and run lower to fill this range. And then I explained how I didn't like these supports here, but I was still willing to take it with momentum. We didn't get it though. Like there was, price just kept banging into it. So this was last night. I was willing to take the break under these supports, and price didn't. It just wouldn't break out. So after I saw that, and I saw London spike the lows and just pre New York, we just kind of held this support and then kind of made a little fake out here. I figured that it was just gonna, we were just taking out these equal lows over here, and then closed back into the range, held that support, kind of dipped off pre New York, I think faking a lot of people out. And then we started to break up to this upside here. So what I did was I said, let me see here real quick. So then I pointed out all the bullish structure on this and talked about how looks like it's a fake out to the downside. We didn't get any trade there, so let's see if we can catch a buy. Waiting on a 15-minute to break out, then the next 15-minute to open and pull down. Then when it breaks the highs again, I'll trade it, right? So that's exactly what happened, right? On the 15-minute from the zone I had, we broke the highs here. On the next 15-minute, we pulled down and started to break the wick over here. So I just told myself that if we closed like 5-minute candles back underneath this range, I would close it just to manage the risk on it. But yeah, I mean, once we broke those highs, I hit it and I initially took a little drawdown. But this 15-minute candle like still closed, right? It's still, although that's a weak bullish, we still closed above this that previous 15-minute high on that candle. So that's what made me still hold that. And I told myself that if we break into this range, like down here, if we break up into, or if we break down into that range, I'm not going to hold something if it doesn't look good anymore. Till it closes back in the range, I won't close. We're pushing back up, see if volume continues, GJ up 10 pips, and before we know it, filled the range completely. So just simple, like, so from there, after I could see this lower time frame, like price, what I seen on the higher time frame was that, again, this 4 hour, this was a fake out on the wicks below the support, and we were just going to break up on these highs again. So I explained this yesterday too, and we had I love using this as an indicator as well, but on GJ, there's just a highly leveraged people are highly, there's so many people on the short side of this that 70% are short on it, but like the whole weekly, the daily, everything has just been all bullish. So Wednesday, we caught nice buys on this. And then Thursday, yesterday, right? I called out buys, but it didn't close how we wanted to. and it ended up making its run without us yesterday. Where was that at yesterday? Oh, it was over here. It ended up closing out and then made the run without us right here. So once it broke that high, I should have anticipated it, but that 15-minute wick didn't have a bottom wick. And that's what I didn't want to happen over here. I wanted that 15-minute to create a wick and then continue higher. So that's what we got out of it. Pretty simple, really. I guess no one will see. I don't know if anyone took it, but clear as day, literally. I made it so clear what I was doing, explained the whole thing, and yeah, I mean, just flew up. So
Hey,
it's up.
hey, Tanner.
Yeah,
Did you say you're gonna start doing these like scalping zooms or like this stuff you're doing right now every day?
yeah. I mean, so what happened, Dwayne, while you were gone? Like the market just started getting so rangy and choppy that I couldn't really latch onto any like swings on gold or nothing like that. And I just said screw it. And I don't know if you remember, but like remember when I used to do the Zooms with Hussein in the mornings, New York, before no risk, and I just scalped like 5 and 15 minutes ranges like this. Well, I just said, the market's been all choppy and rangy with Biden, and so I wanted to go back just to scalp in the volume in there in the pre-New York session. So that's what I started doing last week. I had a good week last week, and then I had a decent start to the week this week. And then Wednesday, I had a live Zoom, and we had caught the buys just like this on the Zoom. And then today I didn't do a Zoom, but I just literally explained everything. I mean, broke the whole thing down in here. So easy, like pretty easy.
Do you remember when I asked you on that Zoom a couple weeks ago, like a week or two ago? I was like, dude, do you like what other ways can I do? And you're like, I don't really have that answer for you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so simple. Like the way, so gold yesterday, right? I posted this. I didn't actually call it out because it was an impulse entry, and so that was an impulse, right? There was no candle closure up there. I just took an impulse entry above the wick for anticipation. So gold sells that I had yesterday, I posted, that was like the same thing. That was like, if I go back on gold, right? It was anticipation below the support that we were going to break. And that is not it. It was up here. It was anticipation that we were going to break and continue running, right? So if I go on a smaller 5-minute time frame, I'll also like to find like some distribution schematic or accumulation with it, like Wyckoff. And that's exactly what I got here, right? So I just pair that up with my analysis, and there's like a high and a high, then a UTAD, lower high, lower high. My market broke out on anticipation that volume was going to keep pushing it. So GJ was the same thing today. If we go back and look lower time frame, right? I had these equal lows here down here, and then I had like a spring on here and a test, and then we just started running out of there. So if you go back and you look at that page that I'll always told people to like go back to, it's the same thing, right? So there was the sell side on gold yesterday. It's the same cycle, the distribution. That same cycle set up. So if you go back and look, you'll have like an up thrust and UTAD and a last point and a last point, and it'll break out, right? So gold again, here was the someone else just got in, but here was the gold sell yesterday. It was anticipation in that schematic that I seen that pushed it down is the same kind of thing. So we had like that up thrust, the UTAD, last point, and it just broke out. So same thing. And then on GJ this morning, right? The accumulation, that's what made me buy that was that we had this equal lows and then price broke out. London was a fake out. And then we even had a smaller time frame. If we go on the 1 minute, there's a smaller time frame schematic down here as well, which I had pointed out how that was a fake out after we started pushing up and building on this. But you can see these equal lows and then a spring and then a test, and price just continued higher. So I just used that 5-minute market there, structure here, and I realized, whoops, and I realized what happened there was we built just liquidity probably above these highs for the sells, huh?
My bad. I was talking to my brother.
Yeah, you're good, but we built on those sells, and if we go that makes sense, right? That I look on GJ on here, and there's 70% sellers on this, so all their stops were just sitting up here above the highs. And then what I did was I just realized, what happened pre-New York was a fake out lower time frame schematic as well. And then once we started to break those stops, hitting those stops, I anticipated that when we could impulse entry that 147 79, which was a break above that wick, and that's what happened. We pulled back, and then I said if we close back in that range, I would exit. But we built the support, and then 1 minute time frame, we broke the highs again on this and closed out. That's when I knew this thing's gonna rip. So just real simple, easy. Broke the whole thing down. I mean, the whole thing was just explaining here, literally everything. So nice. That was a nice, like, I closed out around like 10, 11 pips, but it ran like 16. So pretty nice.
Hey Tanner, that video that you were replaying for us on your Zoom last night, where can I go rewatch that? Is that in your archives, or is that on like a
It should be like in the like live session archives, but if not, let me get a hold of Angel today. He was out of town last night or like something like that, so I can have him, we can get a hold of it. And what I'm gonna start doing is when we have these trades and these recaps, like whether it's more so for the winners obviously, but with the losers we'll go over as well, because we're gonna have losers. But I'm gonna make like a cut video of it, so just explaining everything, and then I'll be able to drop like a 1 minute recap, in the channel or something that will explain everything. But that other one that broke down everything from yesterday, it broke down the Wednesday trade, and then I think I explained. Well, that was Wednesday's trade, yeah. And then yesterday we just didn't get the closures that we wanted, so we missed it. But our bias was buys as well. And then today we got the closures that we wanted on the candles, so it was easier to catch this move than yesterday's. But we anticipated the run yesterday and then anticipated it today as well. But I'll have him post that. And let me just text him and see when he can. But again, this is the most simple, right? Most like I said this Wednesday and I said it yesterday. Let's see here. What is today? Today's Friday, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, so on my call last night, I explained that buy as well. And then I reviewed Wednesday's buy. But it is like the most pure form, right? Just to come in here and call it live. Not a lot of people actually do that or can do that. So instead of just, what I was trying to do is find a way to like kind of spice it up a bit and make it more, I don't know, just the whole thing, just make it better, and just hindsight analysis and calling things on the Zoom. Like, it's cool and swing trades are cool, but I think people like, trading like this as well. I just wonder if anyone caught it. No one, I don't think anyone capitalized on the buys. It's hilarious to me. It's like, I don't know what else to do, Yeah, I'm not sure like how else I can make it any more. I can't make it any more clear. Literally, the things that I show on a Zoom, they work when you apply them. That's the whole point of this. And like, I guess this just proved the point more. And that was the whole point of doing these this week. And it's like, I don't know. Even when I call it live, people still don't take it. So I don't understand. Not sure what the hangup is. Because now it's gonna be like, okay, he called those out, and then next week I call one, it'll be like a loser or something, right? So then people will get discouraged. But that's why you just manage risk. And on these, like when I'm anticipating volume to carry the trade, it's like I that's why I give myself these lower time frame zones, and I just say like if it closes back in, I'll get out because it's a scalp. It's not really, yeah. I mean, it's not really a swing trade or anything. So that's why, like D Wayne, you asked if I got out. Yeah. Once I see that move and that impulse, right, I just get out because I have like 10 pip stops. Unless I'm trading gold, then I'll have something bigger. But dang, look at that, gold shot up. So I'm just gonna leave it alone though. My anticipation was that I would trade gold. Um, Gold filled the range, right? Gold completed our move today that I pointed out this morning. Um, why is this doing this? Oh, let me erase this. Let me erase this stuff. So that was the gold sell yesterday, right? And then today, and the anticipation was, let's see what it was. I don't even know if I actually posted my gold chart this morning. Did I? So I just posted GJ, I think. I don't even know if I posted gold. I don't even think I broke gold down today, actually. Wow, I was just stalking GJ. But my anticipation for gold, I'll explain it. Yeah, I apparently didn't even drop gold, but what I seen here was that on the 4 hours, we had clean range, right? So on the weekly, just huge overextension, right? And we dipped right below this wick. And you guys know how I love like trades that barely take out lows. That tricks a lot of people, but we just ran into these weekly wicks down here. So which was my target for my gold sells. And what I noticed was that below this 4 hour support, right? We had wicked through, we had created supports down here. We had created supports, we had broke back into this range, and then we were closing bullish structure back up into this. So if we go look on like 1 hour, it's the same as GJ, right? It took out the lows, dipped below, fake out, held the support, broke back in. I wanted this range right here, this clean 1 hour candle. That's what I was anticipating. So if we look on like, let's just see on a 15, yeah, there was no, we would have had to impulse entry that. So yeah, I mean, no entry there, but you can see the lows and like the spring and the test. And then we came and built another schematic here. So we had equal lows, then like a spring and a test, and then last point of supply up here. And once it broke out, it just ripped the range. So the gold anticipation was correct as well, like 50 pip range, but no trade. And that there's just no way, not even on the 1 minute, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it closed, stupid bullish on this 1 minute. Maybe the way to trade that then, kind of like GJ this morning, would be to realize the high on that previous 1 minute candle. And then once you see the wick created on that next one, once it breaks the high, is when you impulse entry that. So if you go look at like GJ, how I did that this morning was once the 15-minute candle created a low, a wick on the bottom. Once we had broken out up here, I anticipated that price was going to continue running, but we came back down and created that 15-minute wick. So the point was that if we closed bullish on this candle, which we did above the previous highs, that wick would be the low. So that would be locked in, right? Like we wouldn't break back through that, because if we did, then I would close a loss down here because it would be breaking back in the range. So once I seen this next 15-minute, like create a wick and then break the high of the previous, I knew that, trends just work that way. Higher lows or higher highs, right? Higher lows get created. So that's what like kept me in that trade. Pretty simple though. I mean, really simple. So I'm gonna clear all this off, but yeah, I mean, unless you guys have anything, that's it. Just to come in here and break down I walked through it multiple days in a row, every trade. So I don't know, there's not much more I can literally do besides being an account manager and trading everyone's accounts for them as well. Like I said in here, like we can put, let's see here, like I gotta put the food on the spoon. I can't feed it to you, right? I'm not gonna do that. I'll explain it all and everything, but it's just I can't click the buttons. It's as simple as that. So that's it though. Anything from you guys, all or no? Just wanted to explain this here that was called, and yeah, that's it. Nothing from anyone. Nothing from anyone, huh? All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. So I'll see you guys like probably Sunday. We'll do a Zoom or something. But outside of that, don't sit here and trade all day. Leave it alone. If you didn't catch the trades, whatever. Just it's a Friday. You really don't want to end on a losing week. So that's it for me though. I'll catch you guys like probably next week.